On that particular day, the news on television had me mesmerized, and not in a good way. Wave after wave of unsettling and shocking images streamed from our nation's Capitol building as the protesters stormed ahead. Politicians from both sides hid under seats and tables, and news crews swarmed the streets like bees fleeing a shaken hive. Every minute there was a new angle and conflicting information, as local citizens were put on curfew for their own safety. My grown children began sending family group texts with questions and concerns. We all knew history was unfolding right before our eyes, and fear was growing deep in our hearts. Having already been another personally stressful day, I wasn't surprised when I felt a tightness in my chest begin to form. A sure sign stress was threatening to squirm its way into my spirit. This was the first time the Capitol had been breached since the British burned the building in August 1814. The COVID-19 pandemic, which we'd all been suffering through for 9 months, seemed to be getting worse instead of better. Vaccines were available for the select, not the majority. Failing businesses, political war. With stressors already blaring through my head, my heart was primed for more anxious thoughts to join in. Friends, family, and friends of friends who were sick with the coronavirus came to mind, along with a handful of acquaintances who had lost loved ones due to it. I thought of those who worked on the front line in hospitals, endangering not only their physical health, but also their emotional and mental health. I mourned the loss of not being able to see loved ones due to pandemic shutdowns and social distancing rules. My daughter Caitlin had lost her job the prior year as an American Airlines flight attendant due to the airline's layoffs, and her entire life had been uprooted, forcing her to move from New York back to our home in North Carolina. My other daughter, Morgan, was dealing with a great deal of anxiety, trying to work remotely as a middle school teacher with overwhelming challenges and frustrations that were out of her control. My son, Michael, was working diligently against all odds to finish his senior year of college virtually as an architecture major and get accepted into the master's program. My precious mother was dealing with AFib in her heart and a few other health issues, and my sister's multiple sclerosis was at its crippling worst, especially after recently enduring 3 surgeries and 12 months of chemotherapy for breast cancer. My entire family was still reeling from the strife and tension of my father's passing the year before and issues regarding inheritance. On top of everything else, I was running at Mach speed at work in a fast-paced and busy environment while juggling 2 additional part-time jobs on evenings and weekends. I could go on and on and on. The stress of work and all that was on my plate had me stretched thin, and this was one of those days when I felt I might just snap once and for all.